Yo, Pirate Radio episode 29. You know how we do. Woo. Celebrating another week of socialism, I guess. This country has become a TV show. It's like a Truman Show. At least the Kanye and Drake shit happened yesterday. I saw it. I was kind of getting sleepy, but you know, LA Times shit. But it was cool. The stage was like a little bland, but I guess you know with the smoke you see, you know, the little effects I guess it wanted to do. But Kanye wasn't even knowing some of the lyrics or whatever. It's a thing for Larry Hoover. I wonder what this does though. Like obviously raises the name of Larry Hoover, but is it going to be followed by something else? It seems like it's all lining up for if Trump runs again, he will free Larry Hoover, and right there that's going to make people on the left be like, oh, he's just doing that because you know the usual. But I also got to keep it real. If Joe Biden frees Larry Hoover, then shit, that'll be dope. And how about this though? How much you want to bet Fox gonna turn it up into some other shit? Like, oh, look who he helped. A guy who in Chicago, he was giving shots and shit. They're gonna try to ruin just because Biden did it. You know, you already know if it was Trump that did it, they would have championed this. So, you know, be vigilant out there. Don't be surprised if you see some bullshit like that. Obviously, both parties has exposed each other. I hope you don't need any more proof than that. You know what I mean? It's still good to listen to, at least keep an ear to both to see where the climate is going. But, you know, just be prepared that, you know, a lot of things they're not going to talk about in the news, so you won't know. But, isn't it weird that Larry Hoover is getting like so many fucking years that humanity is like not even in there, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we call each other the best country in the world. Isn't it a stat that it showed like the most people incarcerated is here? And then you have that one famous dude who basically broke down how there was a meeting to basically push out righteous hip hop and usher in super gangster, you know, exaggerated shit to influence the younger youth. Entailed to basically go to jail or whatever, which eventually gonna basically benefit the people who invest in the jail and all that whole shit. It's really messy, but it really makes sense because we always see that story like unless you're a Kanye West that kind of broke through and you make it happen, or damn, like we do have like that little sense that it's like, damn, maybe they don't want to push that positive shit.
You're trying to mug me off.
Even I was having the conversation like even like
fucking about and that. What you mean fucking
like
about?
soft love music, which probably by now we
just-
will call it simp music
Well, don't
because
fucking
that's how
judge.
we are programmed right now. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just trying to wind
But
me
it's
up.
songs that will worship a
trying to wind me
woman
up.
a little bit, you know.
I'm
But
fucking
women need that,
serious.
and you know that was needed, I guess, back in the days before the internet, to get that girl. You feel me? Like yo, I like that song. Yeah, I both like that song. It's a little simpish. You're not really all that simpish. You let it's basically letting the music do the talking. You know what I'm saying? But now you can't even have that. You know what I'm saying? It's aggressive ass music from men to women. Not all, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find it, but I could definitely see how that was like the ultimate wingman back in the days. You know, it was just a great song. You get women gas. That's it. Probably vice versa when it comes to women and like aggressive ass beer songs. Maybe not. But yeah, like back to the Hoover shit. Like it's very weird that shit is going on, and you know during the time that they trying to like apologize for a lot of shit, but they don't really want to do nothing yet. Like another reason why the Biden administration ain't like, who the hell is there? Like, I would have been like, yo, jump on this Larry Hoover shit, because you're gonna look so great against black people need to defend you. They're gonna need it. Black and Hispanics, they're gonna need to defend you, and liberals also. They're gonna need to defend you. Like, once you do this, they could at least give them a fucking vantage point where they could be like, oh, but he freed Larry Hoover, you know? Because if not, Trump gonna come in if he runs again, yada yada. This is all a movie, and the fact that I'm kind of like predicting this shit kind of go like this, it's like, okay, what happens after that? Like, is our life gonna change for the better, or y'all just gonna keep setting up these movie scenes for us to actually really go through? And look, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's a movie or not, that whole COVID shit, it took a bunch of people's lives that didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? If that shit really came from China and from that whole fucking bad shit, people should go to fucking jail or should be executed, along with the Fauci and all the motherfuckers. Like, they should go to jail. There's no way that this dude can be lying out there, and we gotta go by that shit. And you know, that whole thing, this is gonna be repetitive in any podcast, but that whole thing about just the lies that we just catching now because we have the internet. Just imagine how many lies there were being told or this shit before the internet. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe that one person like, yo, I could have sworn in the news they said they suggested this, and you'd be like, hell no, there's no way, and you couldn't be like, show me the clip. You know, you can't do that like now. Now you could really end the conversation quick. Like, a debate shouldn't even go further because one of us is supposed to pull the Googles, you know what I'm saying? And even in that, you're not always gonna find, like, even in Google, like, you know, there's the suppressing of information. That alone is enough to tick off anybody, and they still didn't do it. When they wanted to ban Trump and ban Alex Jones was the crazy guy. You gonna ban a crazy guy? And then the shit that Alex Jones was saying, you can fucking look it up, and it's true. I'm not gonna say all of it, but have you tried at least looking into, like, he always said, like, the gay frogs? The gay frog was the famous one. But what people don't know is that he basically read a study, like, from a college study. One of them college studies that they always do, and they always fucking mention, like, Harvard study shows, yada yada. Well, certain something that they take in the DNA or whatever that causes the frog to want to mate with his own sex. It was something intricate like that, but you know, you don't need to explain that bullshit. Like, that's where the people tap out, like, that hurt it. Well, whatever. You just keep it simple. You know, Alex Jones said this, and then people be in that out, you know, that uproar and shit, and be like, oh, that's why you should listen to these people, and look how they do it. Meanwhile, the fucking news is the one being attacked. Not attacked, but basically being exposed. And everybody's still saying, like, nothing happened. The fact that the Cuomo brothers, like, they both collapsed in a matter of months, that was crazy. Nobody questions it. You know, and this is the perfect time for at least Kamala. The one who basically switched her style up, like, yeah, you know, I'm black, the first African American, then months later, the first Indian American or whatever to do this. And listen, I don't give a fuck about that as long as you produce, like, you know, results. She not, you know, at least lie. But come on, now with this right here, something huge with Drake and kayfabe. Let's pretend this is wrestling. Like, you know, obviously there's bigger fish to fry when it comes to life, but you know, little bullshit like this is an alley-oop for you, for Kamala. Larry Hoover been in jail for like 50 fucking years. He's not gonna come out and be like, no, fuck that shit, yo, my man over there, yeah, go steal your man, go steal man's car over there, and the other dude over there, yeah, you disrespect our set, yeah, clap him. Like, you're not gonna do that shit. If anything, look where they're fucking going. Like, everybody loves to post up the numbers of Chirac, which they basically got that nickname because of Iraq. But Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Imagine having kids there and you're like, fuck, I want to have kids, but I'm in fucking Chicago. Like, this is the luck of the draw. And it's easy for people to be like, oh, just move. All right, nigga, then give me the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people, like, need to understand. Like, not everybody get the same opportunities. Like, Like sometimes, you know, not everybody end up the same way. You feel me? So, and it's like that's some generational shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's also shit like your parents were in them gangs, and it's just like, god damn, you know? Shit like that, it just shows you like this. Yeah, you can just leave, but what's gonna happen? What happened to the other kid that you just left? I ain't gonna go through it. Like just to know that, obviously you don't give a fuck. You give a fuck about our own, but remember, it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? We just need to go at the root of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make life easier for each other. No matter what gang. If you wasn't a gang, leave that shit alone. If you have a camaraderie, then have a camaraderie and at least expand to produce, like, you know, righteous ideas and help in the neighborhood. Cause y'all gonna get old too one day, nigga. We are all getting old. That's why life is the ultimate fucking humbling aspect, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, how I want to phrase that. You know, life humbles you, and they're gonna humble all of us along the way. And those who are 15 making fun of people who are like 40, 50, 60 because they're old, they're gonna be made fun of when they become like 40, 50, 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, we all want to be on some shit like, yeah, fuck it, let's live life. But how I'm gonna live life knowing that my neighbor's not? You feel me? So it's a little weird in that sense. That's why if we were all in the same mode, you know what I'm saying, with a goal, you know, as at least block by block. That's why I guess it's supposed to do a fucking one of those people that run for, like, you know, the city of like let's say the Bronx, someplace here, Washington. That should be their goal, uniting neighborhoods. But no, they want to come, they want to say, hey, I'm a Democrat, and now I don't even know how they fix their face to say they're Democrats. A lot of people in the Bronx, you can tell by the Bronx News Instagram, people are waking up. Whenever they bring up those new doses. By the way, we're up to 6 doses. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. 6 doses of the 15 days of slow to spread. Remember that shit? I can't believe it. By the way, I'm taking my champagne drink. Chardon. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. But yeah, man, like, it's a little weird to just be like living life knowing that everything is just, yeah, you're just born, like everything's a fantasy world when you're a little kid, but then you're like, you hit grown up status, and then like, yeah, now it's just pure responsibilities. Like, damn, now hold on, we living life, we living this experience, which, seeing how the way, especially our black and Hispanics, like, we're fucking aborting left and right. So we're really here for a fucking reason. You feel me? It's bad enough they say it's hard enough to beat that one sperm to make it or whatever. But after that, you know what I'm saying, we here. And even after that, we're all living at the current moment of experiencing life. There's no reason right now as hell. There's no reason why somebody's gonna kill somebody else. Especially with the maturity of Earth. If you would have told me this was like the 1500s, I'm like, fuck. But we got TVs, still. Cell phones, still. Internet fast as hell, still. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me, ooh, eat. Nah, but I was gonna say, like, there's no reason right now people should be in jail. And there are people who probably like mentally ill, and I'm not talking about that. But there's no reason people should be in jail. Think about how many people who are like the capability of being a genius in something. Like, imagine just like I could say that because just like this, I could just say, yo, imagine Virgil never became, you know, Louis Vuitton, this, you know, this and that. He was in jail. That was a genius that was in jail. Now just imagine how many times that happened. How many geniuses themselves go to jail? Mike Tyson should be considered a genius in boxing, right? The way he boxed. He was in jail. So just imagine how many people. Like, that's why, like, again, I'm torn with the whole universal health income or whatever. No, not the health. The universal basic income. But I kind of get it. Because, yeah, you could say that, you know, all people want to be that, take that and be lazy. Yeah, I get it. But then some are going to take that shit and be like, ooh, so I can pay my bills. I don't have to work. I don't have to go to work somewhere, waste, you know, the days. And I know that people say, oh, it's 24 hours in the day. You could be, for you, nigga. But not everybody has that. People want to rest. Sleeping is very healthy, just like you're running and all that. Sleep is healthy. So there's some people that just take pride in like having 4 hour, you know what I'm saying, sleeps and shit. It's like, nah, nigga, we human. You know what I'm saying? We should, like, listen, I really believe in a utopian world, but a real one. Not some bullshit that is behind socialism. Nah, if we don't have the money for that yet, then I bet. But the advantage of if aliens do exist, quote unquote, which is looking weirder by the days, by the months, whatever. But that should be the main priority, making sure that whatever resources they want to trade is going to benefit us as people, to at least bring us to a fucking civilization that money is not really like, oh, you got to work. Like, no, it's just like we living comfortable, and the whole purpose is people growth. Growth is the number one purpose. Meaning you do something you really want to do, something you feel like you're going to excel 100%, that you always want to do. Like, you're not going to feel like you're going to go to a job and be like, what the fuck am I doing here? You feel me? That's the objective. The more people who are born, maybe they do get school at first, but then after that, like between college and high school, some new system that it's like, do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy this? Do you feel like you enjoyed it? You can switch at any time. And then guide you, let you know, like, yo, with this right here, look how much you get paid if you get to this level. Like a specific system that grows people straight up, grows them out, not just leaving people to them that don't know about life when they're too young. When they were making me pick like high school, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. They just came out of nowhere. The teachers there wasn't really like prepping us. They probably did, but you know, maybe she didn't do a really good job of like making us listen. Cause I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? When people was looking for schools, they were just looking at which the majority of people was trying to go to. And then after that, it all depends on your grade. You know what I'm saying? But listen, when I was going to school, yeah, I was talkative because I was the only child. So when you go to school, that's the internet. You know, everybody's sharing information and speaking about wrestling and shit like that. Like, you know, that's what it was all about. Have you seen this tour? Nah, I never seen that. You lying? Yeah, nah. Go to the store after school. Or when you go with your moms, pass by this store and then tell her, you know, to let you go to the second floor and see the toys and shit. And there's a version that he has, you know, shit like that. That was the shit that back then. You know what I mean? Probably that was the equivalent of going to school and being like, yeah, I went to school, you know, in 2020 or whatever, 2018, and I never was on my phone. Like, that's some shit that even kids would be like, yeah, right, you was on your phone. Because, you know, phone is the thing to do. You know, so probably classes are quiet as hell because people got their phones. You know, like, who knows how school looks now compared to how the school looked before. Now teachers probably want kids to speak out. Back then, all we doing was talking. We didn't have no fucking phones. That's crazy though. Imagine like really going to school now compared to the way I was doing school. Book bags heavy as fuck when I was going to school. Oof. But at least I was a little bit of a slacker. So when it came to school, I would just bring the basic minimum. I was gonna go back to the Hoover shit, but nah, free Hoover, man. And everybody should just have who knows if he will bring calmness to Chicago. That's a win-win. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to this point, and it's like an open alley for both sides. But, you know, do they care? No. But, how about Travis Scott's apology? Yo, that was like, I felt bad a little bit for Travis Scott because it's like, damn, maybe he feels so weird being. I would have felt weird too. Let's keep it real. And you know, even though they did make fun of that whole like his devil worship, and he was like, "No, I'm a son of God." And people, the question that I had in my mind, which is the question that I came to know, like, there's many gods that people serve. Which God? Shit, before I checked the comments, you saw people commenting that. I was like, damn, people were really, really woke. Shit. Listen, if life's so special, imagine the bigger details that we would never know. We would never come to find out. Imagine that. Just that secret. Yo, there's things above life that we will never find out. That is crazy amazing, and we just can't say. That right there will fuck us up alone. We're like, damn. You know, and the more you know, that's another thing. Like, people want peace, world peace and shit, but they don't want to give like information out. The Bible's out there. The Bible got out there. But other than that, it's like, yo, don't y'all want to tell us like what the, like, pull all y'all real researchers together, not no fucking fake fucking propaganda, and tell us what, like, so far what people are saying life is mainly about. Make us, like, give us a push to, like, you know, really live out good things and come as close to an agreement with everybody else. We're not looking for a fucking one world government, not even for that either. 'Cause maybe that's a little bit too much to ask. But shit, man, at least like world peace should be number one priority. You might have a religion that I might not agree with, but guess what? We're gonna help you out because we're gonna set up an agreement that if somebody don't like how y'all live over there, they can move. And maybe the process for them will be just quick as fuck like that, but just remember, the more people you're gonna have leaving your country because of your fucking ridiculous rules, you know, it affects y'all. Like, shit like that. Like, I know if these people can create fucking planes and intricate shit, engineering like that, there must be a social engineering person that can say, yo, I got the answer for this. Y'all been telling me no this whole time. It's gonna work. Just give me a try. Or, you know, let's go over this. Do they really want change? No. That's how I feel. It certainly feels like the communism shit is hitting up right now because, you know, there's so much unnecessary shit that it doesn't even have answers. Like, that doesn't make sense. People are living life like there's no morals. They take away the mandate of the mask, they put it back on. They take it away, they put it back. It's like for us to get fucking stressed out. People with strong minds, they won't, you know, they will laugh it off. I will laugh it off, but just imagine people, like, you really have people who come up to you and be like, hold up, I'm trying to social distance myself. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But you see it. So, like, when it's something like that, what the hell are you gonna do? It shows you, like, the influence is, we need to work on that type of negative influence. And starting with the news. And Trump said it from the beginning, let's just all keep it real. But, you know, his way of doing it, I could understand if he did it specifically, purposely to just gain attention so much that people would just be like, okay, really paying attention to what's going on in geopolitics in the world, basically. Because if it was just another lame, then people would have not been this, you know, eager to know what's really going on in this world. And maybe that's all part of the plan. Who knows? And, you know, to make a, like how the saying goes, to make an omelet, you got to break a couple eggs or some shit like that. Maybe that's how they're thinking about it. Maybe that's the only reason that how it works. You know, but I just be thinking like, yo, thank God that in a weird way, thank God that one of my grandfathers on my paternal side passed right before that COVID shit. You imagine that shit? He died, rest in peace, D, my grandfather. He died on January. The day after Kobe died. I remember that day because I was in Sunday. I was in Jersey with my pops, and that day was the day that Kobe died. Then that Monday I was at work, and my father called me right there saying that my grandfather died, of old age or whatever. And it was just like looking what happened in March. The way it was so serious. They were pushing it so serious. We were going to the hospital. That shit was empty. But the way they were doing that, it's like, yo, my grandfather would have fucking died, and they would have made it hard for us to go the regular way. Nah, the Most High took him away January before this whole COVID confusion, mass confusion. So he had a proper burial and visit. Like people came to see him and stuff like that. With a mask and all that bullshit. It's crazy that we have to think about timing like that, but shit. Sometimes it makes you think, what is the main fucking idea of the geopolitics? Like, what the hell? Why everybody's rushing right now? Is something coming ahead? That's the big question. Why y'all wanna, it's like what I said last episode. Why y'all rushing all of a sudden to tell us about aliens when we wanted answers a long time ago and they never really pushed? Like, they always wanted to keep it away. Are the aliens coming or Jesus coming back? You see, like I didn't want to beat around the bush, like as they say, but it's either one of those two. It's either one of those two. Like I said in the last episode, by now we would have had alien trade. By now, because that's too much money. That's too much money to leave it to people. The people are not gonna get it. The people are too religious. No. Not with these white people. Look what they did to regular people in the islands. They were like, yo, these people are mad polite. Yo, by the way, these people could be easily slaves. Just like that. Just like that. Do not get it twisted. So by the time we were born in the 80s, there at least would have been a 20-year before prepping of aliens and they look more explaining maybe they look like us more and they need water. And then that basically lets us know okay, there's gonna be trade with water. What do we need here that they have over there? Maybe a better quality of H2O, and they can encapsulate that shit and we can study it. You never know. So if these motherfuckers haven't done that yet, then maybe we do live in some type of dome. Maybe not a dome that's you hit the top and it's glass, but because of the radiation belts and all that shit, the moon landing had to be fake, and which makes sense now when we look at the technology of what they had and the reasoning why they kind of had to outperform Russia when Russia was the first to throw something in the atmosphere, and they was like, oh shit, shit's going around the globe. So from there they started thinking, what could we do? Okay, something is going around the globe and we can get it to go around the globe and it stays in position around the globe going around the time or whatever. Oh fuck, a satellite. Okay, boom. So maybe we can get continuous service with a phone, shit like that. Like transmission, radio transmission, shit like that. So this is a country that thinks fucking decades ahead. So how the hell we ended up in this position? You feel me? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. So unless it's people pushing it specifically like that on purpose, or it's just how the fuck we outthinking the people who should be in those positions? They give me those fucking positions, right? It's obvious. It's weird, again, they're getting so lazy with it. How the hell are we still killing each other? How? We should be okay, hold on, we got beef, I understand that. And knock it off, nigga. I don't want to kill you, don't kill me. We got bigger fish to fry. And look around and be like, hold up, what y'all doing? What this? You know what I'm saying? Regulate. But no, we still locked in. It's like we fucking hypnotized. It's like when the Power Rangers, when they had the ooze, Ivan Ooze, when he manipulated all the little kids with the fucking purple slime, purple syrup in a weird way, right? In a weird way. Let me take this sip of this shit real quick. Edibles by Mildred Pierce, by the way. These are the best edibles I have because you just got drinking, nobody gonna be lighting anything up, smoking none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Good thing for edibles. Doesn't smoke you fucking, doesn't have that smoke on your clothes, none of that shit. But anyway, I always be fucking thinking about that shit. Like, yo, how the fuck do people at an all-time high right now ruining shit, and we have proof, and we still acting like we don't know what the fuck is going on? That's very upsetting. Like, there was this rapper from Compton, I guess he was known, Slim 400. They killed him, and it's like you see the neighborhood, it's like, damn, it's so different from New York neighborhood. And it's just like, damn, us in New York, we would have loved to like live in a nice house right there in a nice neighborhood. Yeah, right. People giving drive-bys and all that shit. You feel me? How the hell we end up like that? It's not even about the neighborhood looking nice. Cause I know New Yorkers look at LA and be like, damn, this is nice. Like neighborhood-wise, like, okay, damn, you got your own like drive-through and shit. You feel me? Like, y'all be on some shit still. Like, I'm pretty sure.
How can a person grow up with?
But that don't mean shit if everybody else has poverty. And I also blame us because we should have never got to that level. When we would have saw that, we'd be like, yo, hold on, they're trying to make us kill each other. Yeah, no, you got it too, right? All right, no. Bet, fuck it, yo, let's do something. Where the money going? Boom. But hopefully that happens now with the internet. And I have doubts because it would have been happening, right? But it doesn't. It still hasn't. And unfortunately, the people who they quote unquote have us looking up to, celebrities and shit. The celebrities themselves can't even say some shit like that. In a weird way, it's like, damn, they can't. Wow. So to maintain us in the same, motion. It's sad. It is. All you have to do is just, use logic and put two and two together. Why in the news we always see negative shit? And in a weird way, it's like the people with the worst karma is people who, probably not, just do shit without thinking there's no repercussions and shit. Bible aside, because it does feel like once you know the Bible, it's like you get a better grasp on what's going on in life. Where you're at specifically, like customized version. And then you see outside of it, and you're like, oh, okay, hold up. And then it makes me think, like, no wonder the Bible gets ridiculed all the time. It gets ridiculed all the time. Especially in the hip hop. So then when I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you want to keep it away from blacks and Hispanic. Why? Like, you got to mock it. Have one of the biggest people, I guess, mock it. Hide it under art. But still mock it. And then you hear about, obviously, the news about they wanted to dumb down the music, make us be, criminals and shit. It all makes sense. When you see the story of Nat Turner. Yeah, I was gonna say Ted Turner from CNN. Billionaire Ted. But not Nat Turner in the movie, which, everybody went to see the Wakanda movie, fucking Black Panther, but which one of y'all went to see the Nat Turner movie? Or what happened in America? Where he fucking was like a great reader back in the days of slavery, and he read the Bible. He was like, no, hold up, this Bible's talking about us. So he fucking snapped and killed a bunch of white people and their fucking kids and all that shit. And it was crazy, right? They got him, they killed him, of course. Most likely a black person of his own kind snitched him out, like how they can get us to do anytime, because they make us worship money. So I could sit here and talk about how loyal I am to a friend, but if they say, yo, your friend had a little issue with it, like some tax something, find out this, and if you find out for me, you'll get $40 million. It's just, money's not nothing to them. And it's not no weird shit like they'll give me the money and then they'll kill me right after and claim the money back. They will guarantee my safety. Like, let's say that shit really, they could really do that. You would. I'm not saying I would do that, but you're gonna have that fucking thinking. You know what I'm saying? And that's when your moral kicks in. And if you have moral, you're like, fuck. I hope he does it for me, man, because I can't sit with this and do it. Obviously, for that situation to be that much amount of money, I should have enough money to not give a fuck about that. You feel me? But I'm just exaggerating because they make us worship money so they can just give us a price. And that's the whole point of it. They showed how much money, like, the police force used for snitchings, and it was like millions of dollars. And that just lets you know, like, it was the most ever since, like, I think ever, like, the record of, like, people being paid by, like, police enforcement, like, to snitch, I guess, and give information. It was in the millions. And I think that was just for New York City. So that just lets you know, like, these people be like, all right, fuck it. Everybody needs money. So what if I give you $5,000 right now? Something will happen. They'll be like, what? Take that shit in bounds. Do something. And they get the answer. Everything's changing. That's why, like, if they can make the money manipulated to the point that we'll do way more things for money, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, you can, depending what country you go to, you can get somebody killed for fucking, like, what America considers $500. Well, America values what $500 is. You get somebody killed for less than that in another country, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to go out. Like, that needs to remain in the zero civilization chart. And then 1.0 is like, okay, technically we all know, like, I can't even say technically. Type 1 civilization should be like, yo, unless, like, your wife cheats on you, or, vice versa, your man cheats on you with another girl, you decide to kill that person. Other than that, it's not like you're going around the streets killing random people. Like, we can get to that level. And the people who have mental health, we can work with them and try as much as possible. Maybe, a fluke might happen. But the way we living now, like, yo, somebody just getting a gun and getting killed like that, or going to somebody's hood, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Then with that comes more prosperity. A country doing really good. The cops, they feel good about their job. We feel good, having a job that maybe, it's not safe anymore at that time or whatever, but now it is. Shit like that. It could change. When we have the internet, we talking about it. Like, good thing for me, I'm talking about this. I'm not fucking saying it in front of 50,000 people, but shit, at least I'm saying it to the, 3 listeners that I have so far? Average. Thanks for listening, you feel me? As I take this sip of champagne. We gotta celebrate every week. We have to. If you're off on a Tuesday, if you're off on a Thursday or Wednesday, and you're like, fuck, man, because, that weekend is, you're gonna work. No chance. Buy yourself that fucking, that pack of beers or whatever. Just do it. You never know when you're gonna leave. You never know when you're gonna get that news that changes your life. So you want to make sure you enjoy it. And while I'm saying that, I need to make sure I take advantage of that advice also. Because it's easier to say it and then to apply it to yourself in a bad, in the time of need. What happens there? You see? So as long as we have the idea.
I get mad frustrated.
Because there's no way, like, everybody kind of want to have that little change when they have their kid, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be like you're born, even as a teenager, you should know that the harm that you can cause and the chain reaction, the butterfly effect, or whatever you call it, that one situation causes. You know what I'm saying? We can live a little dumbass little teenage years, but without the exaggeration that they got us to. We can change that. But again, it takes a village. Back then, like, neighbors couldn't see me wilding. They gonna tell my moms, and my mom gonna whip my ass. I know this shit started changing when they wanted to say, oh, you can't hit your kids anymore. And listen, I understand people sometimes exaggerate, especially like that trauma shit. But there's different ways of disciplining your kids. You know, and does it work? It worked for me, because there was definitely plenty of shit that I had to, you know, think twice, because I was scared of my moms, and I was scared, you know, or like my pops or whatever. And I say scared, but not scared like they want to fucking kill me, but scared. I was like, I didn't want to hear their mouth type of shit. You feel me? Or whatever the hell they gonna say, that I'm, you know, you're grounded or whatever shit like that. But that precedent should be like set. You feel me? Like, it shouldn't get to a point where like kids going to school and nobody knows who the fuck is their moms, or what the fuck they doing at night, or what the fuck is their kid at school, you know, embarrassing themselves and shit. You know, you just never know. Like, I couldn't believe I was going to school, or probably fucking bullying a kid that you never know what the hell that was going on in their house. Those are the kids that come in, and oddly enough, with all that gun shit that be going on in New York City, I mean, I guess because the the killings happen in the neighborhood, not necessarily at school, but, you know, like, outside cities, people shoot in schools. In cities, people wait till you be home. That's weird, because if not, all these shit would have been getting called school shootings, you know? We call those little kids the domestic terrorists, but do we call each other domestic terrorists when we fucking vandalizing our own neighborhoods? I just saw a fucking a placement. Somebody wanted to be nice, I guess, or whatever, and place a rock, like a little it must have been probably like plastic styrofoam, and there's like a boulders, you know, rocks like on top of each other, and the Zelda from Nintendo, the Zelda sword, right in the corner of my block. And I was like, oh shit, that's so dope. I took a picture of it with like a bad angle. I walked by, I was chilling outside, and then I came back home and I took another picture of it with a better angle. The next day, that shit wasn't even there no more. The sword wasn't even there. The platform is still there of the rocks, but the sword that, you know, was, you know, buried, I guess how you call it, with the rocks or whatever. You know how like, the typical, you know, pull the sword out of the rocks or whatever. The sword itself was taken. And it was like, yeah, you can't do nothing good in the neighborhood. They will take anything. They will take it. That's another thing. People probably be like, yo, we want to have some type of Amazon that, you know, I don't have to be home and I can just I can safely receive my package. No, because somebody want to see your package, they want to take it, and they want to steal it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we can't. That's the reason why we can't have good shit either. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to keep it real. You know, it's easy to be like, oh, we try to say racist, you know, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why the more they compile all these terms to limit speech, eventually it's going to limit thought. Bam, 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 bam. You ain't hear that, what I said? It's going to limit thought. Because language is powerful. So when they start like how they doing now, like kind of like reversing and erasing prior meanings for fucking dictionaries on current terms and shit like that. If they doing that, like the term unvaccinated, they switch that shit up to mean like people who are against vaccination. It's just like, no, it's just like a total different type of meaning. But they'll do shit like that so they can say, okay, bang, bang, and bang. So now you're at fault for little stupid shit. They will do that shit. And we see it now, and we can't believe it. This is a 2-year, going on to 3-year 9/11 that's going on. And yeah, people are still chilling and shopping, but you know, it's still a 9/11 level type of bullshit going on that we know something is up. We know. The Jussie Smollett shit. Look at that. Another bullshit shit that was caused. Made y'all react. And made y'all say, you see, this Trump shit is going overboard. You see, you know, these white people. And I understand. Listen, white people have their shit that they've done to blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. You feel me? But when you see people keep pushing it, that's when you gotta be like questioning, like, okay, hold up. I know we got our differences, but all of a sudden y'all coming in trying to help us, like, fuck out of here. That's exactly what BLM was. It's leading us to a burning building. When Martin Luther King said that shit, and shit was known that he said shit like that, he changed his tune towards the end. Shit, who knows? Maybe he could have had his Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Free Larry Hoover concert. Now, you know, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have got together, and what they would have had done for the black community was probably like even way more than that. Imagine that. That would have been like the fucking Tesla of the black community. And by the black community, it means the Hispanic community. Because we're gonna come through that same route. We assimilate more with the blacks, not what we call so-called blacks. When I say Hispanics, and when I mean whites, it's evident who we, you know what I'm saying, who blacks interact with more and who Hispanics interact with more. Obviously, you have some that, you know, they straight out, but it's undeniable, you know. It was set in stone with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, if we knew the Bible in a weird, in a crazy way, I don't say weird, but it's even crazy, because this is what I've been like, you know, shining away from, like, yeah, whatever, or ridiculing it, because that's what I was been told, and you know, there was a ridicule, but there's definitely people out there that's not explaining the Bible the right way. Most likely, like these Christian pastors or whatever, that they pass the plate for the money and hit you with a couple lines of like the Bible that suits them and make some music and everybody go home. You know, hey, if that helps people, it helps, but now I know why they ridicule the Bible. So we definitely all should be, at least, you know, like, we're here for 60, 80 years. What a book with 1,000 pages gonna do in your life? It's just a blip. And I should be going by that same advice that I'm saying, I guess, now, because I haven't read the full Bible. But I ain't gonna lie, with what I've known, the knowledge that I gained from the Bible, and I haven't even read the whole fucking thing, that's evident enough to be like, yo, hold up. That is my sword. Like, when it comes to Zelda, the video game, of course, going back to it, to me, that is the sword. Like, I feel like, and I said this before, I feel like when we die, I guess, when we die, they're gonna look at us, whoever's gonna judge us, if somebody's gonna judge us, or if we're gonna get somewhere and we can just recap what we did. I was like, damn, was the Bible true? Or let's say that we find out the Bible was true, or whatever, and or even you go to heaven, they judge you. Now you gotta know, like, fuck, I ain't read the Bible, or I read the Bible. When you get asked that question, they're gonna look at you crazy, like, yo, you've been here for how long and you haven't read the Bible? You know, it's like playing a game and avoiding the last level, I guess, or some weird way, I don't know. But, you know, it's like, why not? That's the sword, especially what it hits on. It hits on a lot of themes that we will, like, if somebody didn't have parents and didn't have no guidance or whatever, they can read the Bible and they can get that guidance. Not with all the fucking, you know, the games that the pastors you see on TV play. None of that shit. Because according to the Bible, Jesus is coming back for his people. So when you say that, how that makes sense? Because doesn't John 3:16 make sense? Like, you know, God loves all of us, but he really is aiming his attention to a certain group of people. So that's what you need to find out. Who is a certain group of people? It is the children of Israel. And who are the children of Israel? It's a genealogy, a DNA. Your fathers. If it all links up to Shem, then you are an Israelite. That's what, so far, with the knowledge that we all have as of 2021, that's what's going on. There's different groups that could break it down for you. I'm just being like the yo by the way person. Did you know about this? Because it's information sharing. We have the internet. Why not? Especially if it benefits us. The Bible speaks about those who are Jews and are not, and is an abomination of the abomination. They call it the abomination. What's another term I want to say? Those who say are Jews but are the abomination. Church abomination. I don't know. I forgot. But I don't know my skills like that when it comes to the Bible. But there's definitely things out there. You're like, okay, if you know the certain lines and certain important things from the Bible, which is all important, I'm sure, but certain things, the way that people who are Hebrew Israelites, the way they break it down, you could check the Bible, any Bible, and obviously they make Bible updated after. So you have the King James, which is 1611, the year. And after that, they made kind of like newer versions to kind of adapt with the language we use now. But it also loses its initial meaning from the 1611. You know what I'm saying? So it's just deep, And regardless of what, you can subscribe to the Harry Potter series. You can subscribe to the Lord of the Rings. But if you just let's say you subscribe to those, you can just view the Bible as one of those to kick it off. It's still a story and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe it will hit the same way. I don't see a difference. If I like Star Wars, a lot of the ideas comes from the Bible. Who was Luke Skywalker, the Skywalker? Who walked through the skies? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, the letter J, was created like in the 16 something. Jesus Christ was never, obviously Jesus Christ was a name. It was Yahushua. And God is Yahweh. And Yahweh means like, my name is my name, something like that. I'm pretty sure people are like, no, it don't. I know. But it's something towards that. Like, the name of God himself, he did not reveal it. And he was sassy with it. He was like, my name is like, that's where I think the term my name is my name come from. It was that. It was some gangster shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when you see that shit, and you put in years on earth, I'm making it look like it's jail. But who knows? Like, we still don't know the purpose of life. And I think if we know that purpose, it will ruin it. But because of that, we have to take everything in account. The Bible been here for the longest. It stood the test of time. Even before Jesus. Like, this is crazy. And before Jesus, they were prophesying like there's gonna be one that's gonna come. And that was Jesus, and it happened. It really happened. You can cross-source the Romans and all that shit, the Greeks. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep this one short. Plus, if you think about it, it was kind of a slow news to me. Like, nothing really that came out stood out. It's just the globalists still doing globalist shit. There's gonna be some fucking Hunger Games shit, and we letting it happen. And it feels like something's gonna have to happen to a crazy super hyper magnitude that we be like, oh my God, I can't believe it did this, and it's like, boom. That's the trigger that needs to be, pulled or whatever. Because everything is happening, it's just like we still taking our sweet ass time to wake up. When they hit with that Omicron shit, now people say, come on. Yeah, but we were saying that shit from the beginning. Just think about if it was some real poison, y'all would have been dead if y'all would have took that shot. I'm not saying that it has poison. Who knows? It definitely has aborted baby cells. That's for sure. It was already proven. I think it was the Johnson & Johnson. Who knows? And you know what I'm saying? But what if these people wanted to trap y'all? And we was telling y'all that. These people are known for wanting to lower the population. Like, we need to fucking hold up sometimes and not just go with it blindly. Like, this is the generation that we were just speaking about martial law when Obama was in. When Obama was in, we were seeing that. And when this shit came up, we didn't question it. Like, come on now. We way better than that. We smarter than that. We like to see movies that is intricate. But when it happens in real life, it's like we're not picking up the clues. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Folgers in your cup. Anyways, Pirate Radio, episode 29. Wake up. This shit is real. Peace.